Hey guys, local crazy foreskin lady here, and this is my third attempt at this. The first video, my battery decided to shut off my video, and then the second one, apparently I had too many videos on here. So, anyway, today I'm going to talk to you about circumcision, of course, and I'd like to shed a little light on why it began and a few other things. So, you know, I bet many of you don't even know why circumcision became a big thing in the U.S. Well, I don't have the statistics and dates right here in front of me and all that craziness, but I can tell you the gist of it. Dr. Kellogg, like, yes, Kellogg of cornflakes, he was a big promoter of it. They used to believe in the reflex theory. And they literally believed that if you masturbated or touched your genitals, other than to clean them, I guess, you would get all these crazy diseases like syphilis and insanity and hairy palms, of all things, and just all this crazy shit. And so their cure was to amputate the foreskin to decrease sensitivity. That is literally why it was done, okay? And they promoted it in their official statements and everything, that the best way to do it would be with no anesthesia, no pain relief, you know, so that it traumatized the mind, so that, you know, they would be basically, you know, too afraid to touch their pee-pee. And, you know, they truly believed that doing this would cure all these things and prevent these things. And, you know, obviously it didn't work because little boys will touch their wee-wees one way or another. That's just the way it works. It's perfectly natural to want to touch your body. We know this now. And especially for little kids, when they're just now learning, you know, what those body parts are, and, you know, it's completely natural. And we know this now, but, you know, back in the day, back in the Puritan days there, it wasn't going to fly. So, you know, and it's really interesting to look at the timeline and see all the crazy ass things they've thrown out there that circumcision would cure or prevent. And yeah, it's just nowadays we can look at it and say, no, that's stupid. But, you know, the thing is we don't even realize we're being just as stupid, because the excuses today are just as bullshit. They're just that, excuses, you know. And those excuses today are, you know, it's cleaner and it prevents penile cancer, or like helps prevent penile cancer and reduces UTIs and whatever else. You know, and people have become so accustomed to this that they literally can't even comprehend that it still reduces sensitivity, that it still traumatizes the mind, you know. Even as infants, when you're like, oh, you know, they won't remember it. Yeah, well, they might not remember it consciously, but it still rewires their brain. I mean, it literally changes their pain response, and we're learning so many things these days, you know, and the truth is coming out. Circumcision is it's a hoax. It's based on some ancient fucking superstition. There's no reason to keep doing it, you know. And but, you know, even, let's just say that the benefits are true, you know. First off, you know, the official statements clearly state that they are potential benefits, not absolute. You know, circumcision, it's not some magic shield to protect your little boy's wiener. It's not. And, okay, so first off, even with the benefits, you know, if they are true, a man can choose that for himself when he's an adult, you know, when the procedure is way safer to do, and when he can actually have proper pain management. You know, I mean, he can even be put under for it, and you can't do that to a baby. And so a man can choose that for himself if he wants to. That's, hell, I don't even care. Do what you want with your wanker, you know, not my business. But also, you know, there's still the human rights aspect. You know, you're amputating healthy tissue off of a helpless child. They're literally being strapped down. And often the doctors still don't use anesthesia because, well, they don't have to. and it's quicker to do it. And, you know, first off, you know, anesthesia is, you know, dangerous for newborns. It can shut down, you know, can fuck with their kidneys, shut them down, all kinds of stuff. And, you know, even the local anesthetic or that cream they put on them, it doesn't do the trick. It does not completely do the trick, you know, and, you know, that's not right. And even if the baby is in zero pain through the process, you know, it is still wrong to rob him of a body part for your opinion or your sexual preference or to fit in or even for those little tiny potential benefits. It ain't right. Okay? No matter how you spin this, it's not right. And, you know, the thing is, too, is that the foreskin's not going to jump off and strangle them in the night. They're going to be fine. Their penis is going to be fine. Their foreskin's going to be fine. They're not going to be some disease, infection-ridden, miserable beasts, you know. And they will. They'll be perfectly fine. You know, the foreskin has tons of functions. You know, it's there literally to protect the penis, not just from chafing, which does happen. You know, they literally, your penis literally calluses over time and becomes less sensitive. You know, but it's also fused like your fingernail is to your fingernail bed. Okay, it's fused to the head of the penis, you know, to prevent irritants from getting in and bacteria and all that crazy shit. So, I mean, it's literally designed to protect it, to protect the penis, you know. So, taking that off makes literally zero sense, especially in infancy and childhood. And, you know, if you're taking care of it properly, they're gonna be fine, you know. And by properly, I mean don't ever forcibly retract, ever. Leave it alone. You know, the penis in its natural state is self-cleaning. It is just like the vagina, okay? And you know, when they get old enough, you know, it will retract on its own, you know, over time. And then all it literally takes is you pull it back, rinse it off, you know. Retract, rinse, replace. Literally, that's all it takes. Like fucking 3 seconds. Like, it's not some, you know, it's not rocket science. Men are capable of washing their wieners. Okay. You know, so this excuse that, oh, it's cleaner and it needs to be done and whatever. No, there's no excuse. They can decide that for themselves when they're an adult. It's just, this is really not that hard to understand, you know. If you would like more information on intact care, I will post some information in the comments. And, you know, if you'd like to learn more and if you like what you see, hit subscribe. You know, stick around and we'll talk some more. Anyway, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I hope that you have learned something today. All right, bye.